Hello, good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Conversation. Today we're talking about reading the body. Sometimes it's hard to understand what our body is trying to tell us. God made our body so beautifully, and it can communicate to us with what it needs. But sometimes we have a hard time understanding it because we get distracted, or we've heard so many things in the health space. And anyway, there are lots of times we'll get a headache or a stomach ache, or we might feel nauseous or anxious, or maybe have gas. And our body is actually trying to tell us something when we experience this kind of stuff. Good morning. This is what we're going to go into today. You guys, this has been a big challenge to go live this morning. Say hi when you get here. Let me know that this is going fine, that I'm streaming okay. Jillian, hi, I'm glad you're here. Let me know that you can hear me. I have been having a bunch of trouble today trying to go live. But I think this is gonna work a bit better than what was going on my computer. So when you get here, pop on, say hi. If you're watching the replay, I want to know. And let me know what you're drinking this morning. If you are having coffee, and if you've got a big weekend planned, what that might look like. Okay, let's dig into this concept of reading our body. Oh, but after, I do want to announce about the boot camp, you guys. We are doing the Breakup with Sugar boot camp, and it's like I've been really pouring my heart and soul into this. I'm so stoked. I am so excited about next week and what this event is going to do and bring, and how God is going to just show up. He's just going to show up, and I just cannot wait to see what happens next week at the boot camp. So if you're not registered yet, the link is here. Go ahead and register if you're interested at all. And the Breakup with Sugar boot camp is just about creating healthy boundaries with sugar. Making sure that it's not manipulating us or backhanding us, and just creating good boundaries so that we can really thrive in our bodies and be the warriors for the kingdom that God created us to be, and feel good and energetic and all of those things. Okay, so go ahead. Now that I've said that, make sure you register. I want to double check one more time before I dig into our content. Just want to make sure that this is working all right. Okay. Comment if you are on. Let me know. Let me know that this is working, and you can see me, that you can hear me, all of those things. Says I'm live. Am I live in the wrong spot? Oh, Christina just commented. Oh, good. I'm right. Oh, good. Hi, Christina. Thank you. Thank you for commenting. That is so helpful. Oh, good. I'm glad you're here, Christina. Yay. Terry's here too. Okay. It's working. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. That was a challenge. Okay. Now, let's dig in. I'm ready to dig into the content now. Let's do it. Lord Jesus, go before us. Guide my words, make the technology all work just fine. Thank you, Lord. Amen. Okay, so here's the story. I was telling this earlier on Anyway, okay. A few weeks ago, I'm at church, right? And this acquaintance, she's going to be a good friend, I think. But right now, she's an acquaintance. She pulls me aside and she goes, "Now, Christine, you do health stuff, right? Like, like about health things." And I'm like, yeah, what's up? She goes, "Okay, well, I've been really gassy lately, like stinky gassy, and it's really annoying, and I'm ready for it to be done with it. Like, what do I do? Like, okay, well, what's going on with your diet? Have you like changed what you're eating? Has there been anything that's changed? And she goes, well, no, I've been pretty good about not eating processed foods. And I mean, I don't know. I'm like, all right, well, this is what I want you to do. And this is what I'm telling you to do. This is important, you guys. If you want to know and understand what your body is trying to tell you when these things happen, I said, I want you to track everything that you're eating and doing for the next week. And then we're going to look at it and examine what's going on and what your body might be trying to say with all this gas. I mean, sometimes, right, our bodies develop sensitivities. Maybe it's not a processed food. Maybe you actually have issues with tomatoes. Maybe milk and lactose has become a problem. You know, I don't know. And there's also maybe something snuck in that we're unaware of. You know, we might look at protein powder that we're using, and it's like, oh, there's broccoli powder in there, and my body doesn't like broccoli, you know? And when you're writing these things down, it's so much easier to notice and to examine. Maybe the crackers you've eaten have flour in it that you haven't heard of before, and maybe that's the issue. It's, you know, and you know, sometimes it's not even what you're eating. Sometimes our hormones are doing something like in this particular phase of our monthly cycle, or doing some kind of transitioning in some way, right? Maybe there's outside stressors, environmental or relational, or maybe it's a season of life. Like, these things all play into how our body is functioning. And we can, when we track when we track what's going on in our day-to-day, moment to moment, we can easily identify when we look back and examine what's been going on. It's so much easier to identify what our body is trying to tell us. I mean, tracking, yeah. I know it's not like the easiest thing. And sometimes we just want to go get our blood drawn. I mean, when I told my girlfriend to start tracking, she was like, oh, I thought you were just going to tell me to, you know, take a pill or something. I'm like, I mean, you could, right? We can do that sort of thing. We can go just cover up and try and deal with our symptoms that way, and suppress what the body is trying to tell us with medication. But that's what we're doing. We're just suppressing it. We're not actually listening to what the body is trying to tell us. Whether it be a headache or a stomach ache or anxiety, all of these sort of things, the body's trying to communicate to us. So, you know, we could go get tests done, get blood work done. We could do that as well. But, you know, I have found that a lot of times this doesn't tell the whole story. You know, like my thyroid medication might show that my hormone levels are fine. But in other areas, it doesn't read. It doesn't tell the story of what I am experiencing. Does that make sense? Like, ask me how I know this. You know, and tracking is really going to be, honestly, a better tool than, not in all cases, obviously, but it can be a better tool than going to get a bunch of tests done. Okay, I want to take you on a little journey into the scriptures for a minute. I'm going to make sure that you guys are here. Everybody can hear me okay before I dig into this. Okay, good. Yay! Wait a minute, that's the old one. Christina, you just commented. Let me find it. Oh, good. Okay. Thank you, Christina, for your comments. I'm seeing it all now. Okay. All right. So in the scriptures, we're going to dig into scriptures. We're going to look at Psalm 23 for a minute. Now, I studied this and did a little, I did a message on this last month, a few months ago anyway. Recently, this little book was given to me about Psalm 23, and it is written by a shepherd. And so it gives this perspective of Psalm 23 that is just so cool. And, things that we wouldn't normally recognize, that is being communicated in this scripture because, maybe we've never been, around sheep or shepherded any kind, taking care of sheep before. So in the Psalms, it declares that he makes us lay down in green pastures. Now, did you know that it is real difficult for sheep to relax and lay down? There are certain things that need to be taken care of before a sheep, a lamb, can rest. So I want to read just this little section. It says, the strange thing about sheep is that because of their very makeup, it is almost impossible for them to be made to lie down unless 4 requirements are met. Owing to their timidity, they refuse to lie down unless they are free from all fear. Because of the social behavior within a flock, sheep will not lie down unless they are free from friction with others of their kind. If tormented by flies or parasites, sheep will not lie down. Only when free of these pests can they relax. Lastly, sheep will not lie down as long as they feel in need of finding food. They must be free from hunger. Now, it is significant that to be at rest, there must be a definite sense of freedom from fear, tension, aggravations, and hunger. I just think this is fascinating. So we are likened to, believe me, I'm going somewhere here, okay? We are likened to sheep within the scriptures, right? And we can know that our good God is a great shepherd, and he's going to take care of all of these things for us. And often, he will try to take care of these things, and we will venture off of the green pastures that he provides in search for what we think is going to give us relief, right? And it was interesting reading in here about how he would have sheep start wander off. Try and get out of the fencing that is fencing them in this nice pasture, and they would grow restless. Some sheep would grow restless, and they would go leave the pasture and start looking for food in dry, barren areas. How often might we do things like that, right? And when what I love about this concept of tracking is that we can maybe identify some things that might be leading us to discontent, to be satisfied, and be able to lie down in the green pastures that our God has provided. So, what is it that we need to bring to our shepherd? Are we experiencing fear? Right? There's fear, tension, aggravation, and hunger are the 4 things that a sheep needs, that sheep need to lie down. Are we experiencing fear? And there's lots of things, right, that will make us fear. Is there tension, relational issues that we've got going on? Is there an aggravation, whether it's physical in our body or maybe in our environmental stressors? Are there stressors in our environment? physically that are hindering us from laying down and allowing our God to take care of us and to enjoy the pastures that he's given us? Or is there hunger? Are we malnourished in some way? When I was launching, I wrote and published a Bible study curriculum. And when it was launching, I was prepping to make videos for the e-course, and it was quite a big production, and there was a lot of pressure in it. And I was prepping for these teachings and for these videos that I was paying to get public or to get produced, and there was just I was experiencing so much pressure as I was trying to develop these messages and these teaching videos. I mean, I was hurting so bad in my belly. As the week before, I mean, I was having such a hard time functioning. My gut was a mess. And I remember, like, there was a lot of things I couldn't do. I went to the urgent care, and they even had me bring in a sample of my bowels to, look at and see if there was something wrong. And let me tell you, that was not a fun experience to take home a bag and to take it back to the urgent care. I mean, and there was nothing wrong. They could not find anything wrong. But I know that I was putting a heck of a lot of pressure on myself, and I was not letting myself rest. And there were some stressors that I was allowing that it plays into our body. What we're thinking, how we are experiencing our feelings. This all is so intricately connected to how we experience life. It is so true, you guys. And that was really a lot before I kind of found a lot of healing and things that were going to work for taking care of my body. Okay, I want to see all these comments. So there are some things, I want to give you practical things on what to track so that you can, be able to better understand what your body is trying to tell you. Now, inside of my Warrior Wellness course, my program, this is what we track. We track our energy throughout the day. We track the day of our cycle, if applicable, our quality of sleep, our movement throughout the day, our hydration, the supplements we're taking, if we've had intentional relaxation during the day, how our BMs are, and of course, what and when we eat, our moods, energy levels, all of those things we track so that we can identify what might be in our body, what our body might be trying to tell us, and what we really need to address, and what maybe we need to take to the Good Shepherd and let him take care of, or guide us and show us what we can do to participate in a good functioning body, right? A renewing our mind, putting our heart at a place where he can actually minister to, right? So those are the things I want to encourage you with today. Let you know that the tracking is so helpful. So if you're experiencing headaches or nausea or gas or any of these kind of things, tracking is really going to help you in these areas. And you don't need to go to a doctor, and you don't need to get poked by a needle, and you don't need to go buy medicine to just track and see what might be going on, what you might be distracted by, and why you might not be able to rest and function have your body function the way that God designed it to. So do it for a week, look back, examine what your body might be saying, and just bring it to the Lord and ask him to show you. He is faithful. He is a good shepherd. All right, that's what I have for you today. Do you have any other questions, you guys? I want to see if you have any other questions that I can answer. Let me know if you're registered for the boot camp, if you've been enjoying it, the pre-party anyway. I'm so stoked for next week. Okay, yeah, Christina, walking through seasons. Huh. Well, maybe tracking, Christina, will help in this season. All right, you guys. Make sure I got everything. So if you are watching a replay, let me know, and I will respond to everything in the comments. Oh, here we go. What is the Psalm 23 book? Yeah, it is A Shepherd Looks at Psalm 23, and it's by Philip Keller. So good. Totally recommend it. I'm not done with it, but it's so good. All right. Love you guys. God bless. Have a great weekend. You guys, Jocelyn, Christina, I know you're here because of Jocelyn. I know a lot of people are hopping in because of her. Her teaching and training is coming up Sunday, and that's part of the pre-party bonus for the boot camp. So I'm super excited to see what she brings. There's also going to be some good stuff tomorrow, and the official boot camp starts on Monday. All right, I'll see you then, guys. Have a great weekend.